Hi, I'm John Green, and welcome to Crash Course World History. What's up, peoples of the Earth? My name's Thousand Demons, and welcome to whatever the hell this is. Well, my friends, today let me introduce you to the Augma PR6, a legendary 450 RPM pulse rifle found in the energy slot and introduced in the Witch Queen expansion. This season, Augma got caught in a perfect storm of sandbox changes, 3.0 subclasses, and the introduction of origin traits to find itself a solid place in the meta. And today, I'm going to break down why I think Augma is the best legendary 450 pulse in the game and why it deserves way more recognition in PvP than it's getting. The weapon has a 2.9 out of 5 rating, for crying out loud. Let's start with the weapon's base stats so we know what we're looking for when we're trying to build a role for this pulse. It starts with a range of 38, stability of 52, handling of 70, reload speed of 55, aim assist of 73, zoom of 19, airborne effectiveness of 15, and a recoil direction of 55. So lightweights of any type tend to have decent all-around stats, especially high in that handling category, courtesy of the lightweight bonus, which also gives that +2 to mobility hunter's crutch on. It makes everyone go faster, which is always nice. Now this archetype of pulse has a time to kill of 0.87 seconds, or 3 bursts, dealing 27 per headshot and 16 per body shot. This lets the weapon kill in 6 headshots and 2 body shots. Or you might need that third body shot if their resilience is high enough. But the overall forgiveness has gone up since the launch of Season of the Haunted. Now also with the Season of the Haunted update came the recent sandbox change that ties stability to the amount of flinch you take. So having this stat higher will be important, and we'll get to how we do this later. Now, on to the traits. The gun is already SS tier in PvE, and Solar 3.0 only makes this better. But we're here to talk about PvP, and the trait combos needed for an effective PvP Augma are a little bit different. We want to take this thing to a 3-bursting machine. We're going to start with the last perk column first. I know, what the F is this guy on? This is going to make sense in a minute. We're going to build the ideal pulse from the back front. Wait, that doesn't make sense. Most of your PvP needs will be satisfied with Adrenaline Junkie, as every other perk in this column is just better suited for PvE. Now Adrenaline Junkie has its place though. Void and now Solar 3.0 makes speccing into your grenade easier than ever. And a max stack of ×5 Adrenaline Junkie hits for 36 per headshot, making for that coveted 2 burst with this pulse rifle. This perk also gives a flat +20 bonus to the handling stat, even when you have a single stack of Adrenaline Junkie, which is something I think goes overlooked a lot on this perk. It's slightly weaker Rampage with a handling bump that's a 1/5 of your entire stat bar on a gun with already near max handling. Say less right now, please! Now this bump in handling takes Augma straight to 90, and that's without any other perks being considered. Moving on to the first column, now that we have our damage booster. In the first column, the main perks you want to look for are Heating Up and Perpetual Motion. A case could also be made for Demolitionist or Unrelenting, but I find those to be more niche for PvP, though still decent options. Now let's talk about Heating Up. On kill, Heating Up gives +15 to stability, +15% accuracy cone growth, and +20 recoil direction per stack up to ×2. And going with this trait allows for more flexibility in your barrels and mag option, which also play a part in helping to max out your stats. For example, if you happen to not land Arrowhead Break or another recoil direction perk in your barrel slot, you can use Heating Up to cover either the missing stability or recoil direction, and it can make a lot of rolls work for you. But the difference in this weapon can really be felt with the next perk I'm going to talk about, Perpetual Motion. Just from keeping your legs moving, you'll get a ×2 stacking bonus to stability, handling, and reload speed. The values of which I'll show here on screen for ease of use. No secret to this being a good perk, and it's no surprise it's the top choice here. You can see from the gameplay how easy it is to keep up this perk majority of the time. One thing I will say, for Warlocks, it does go away whenever you use a Rift, so be mindful of that. But what this perk allows you to do is boost 3 already high base stats all at once. Let's talk best case scenario, Perpetual Motion ×2. So we're looking at the new and improved stability, handling, and reload stats of 62, 90, and 75 respectively. With the 20 bonus handling already gained from Adrenaline Junkie, boom, that's 100. Easy. Done. Money. The bonus to stability and reload can work with our other perks to push these near or past max value. And this goes hand in hand with selecting the perks that we want for our barrel and mag options as well. Now for our barrel options, Arrowhead Break is going to be the obvious choice, giving 30 recoil direction, throwing it up to 85. Throw on a counterbalance mod, automatic 100 recoil. Easiest shooting experience of my life. Extended barrel and chambered compensator are also good options if RNG isn't the kindest to you. It still feels great with a recoil stat of 80, so these are the top 3 I would go for. Otherwise, I would just stat out for range and stability with a counterbalance mod. I would stay away from full bore and fluted barrel if you can help it. Full bore drops your stability stat, which now correlates to flinch received, so use that perk at your own risk. And your handling stat is the easiest one you're going to be maxing out anyway, so fluted barrel just turns into wasted stat points. You don't even need it! For mag options, accurized rounds is probably going to be the go-to for most people for the plus 10 in range, but don't discount the roll if you don't get it. Steady rounds and tactical mag are both solid choices, which both bring the stability stat at max or near max with perpetual motion and other perks. Tac mag also giving bonus points to reload and magazine size as well. Flared Magwell also isn't a bad option here, but I think the points into reload could be better spent elsewhere, so look for those top 3. Also, look either for range or stability masterwork so that you can make up in whichever category you might have missed with your other perks. Now, for the secret sauce of the Augma. This is what makes the thing tick, what pulls everything together, and is the reason that I think it sets itself apart from other 450s in the game. Exotics included. I'm talking, of course, about the origin trait, Omalone Fluid Dynamics. So this origin trait gives a downward scaling bonus to stability and reload speed for the top half of the mag, thinking reverse under pressure. In Augma's case, at base mag size, that's the first 5 bursts, certainly enough to win yourself a gunfight. Now this perk gives plus 20 stability and plus 30 reload at full mag and goes down slightly with each burst. Even after the first 3 bursts, you'll be reloading faster than Amber Heard should have fired her attorney. I mean, it's very fast at base and it only gets faster with reloader mods or exotics, like OFIDs. This is also where you start to max out stability with other options like steady rounds or tac mag, with tac mag even giving us an extra burst of the perk being active thanks to that increase in mag size. Now let's just say we got an Augma with Arrowhead Break, Accurized Rounds, Perpetual Motion, and Adrenaline Junkie with a Stability Masterwork. For those keeping track at home, at the top end of the magazine, so at the start of most of your gunfights, as long as you have Perpetual Motion times 2, we have a Stability stat of 97, a Handling stat of 100, a Reload stat of 100, a Recoil Direction stat of 100, and a range drop off of 36 meters with the potential for a 2 burst once you get Adrenaline Junkie times 5. Now there's not a damn bad thing you can say about that. And to my knowledge, no other pulse in the game can do this. And you might be saying, but demons, what happens when the origin trait goes away and you have to duel multiple people or quickly re-peek a corner? I can promise from the gameplay and personal experience that Augma is such a complete weapon, it still shreds even if you don't have that perk active. That perk is just what brings everything together. Now, the only pulse that I think can come close to this is the BXR 55 Battler from Dares of Eternity, but even the Battler can't do everything that the Augma can all at once. It has to sacrifice either stat points somewhere or the 2 burst from Kill Clip. Now, this is not me saying that the BXR is bad by any means, and if anything, it's right behind the Augma at number 2. It's an elite pulse that I want to get into more some other time. But right now, we're Team OFD. I don't even have this god roll that I talked about. I'll show my roll here and let you guys see how I allocated my perks for what I had, but I promise it only can get better. And if all this still isn't enough to convince you, just look at some of the gameplay. I have a live comm I want to post where I talk about this a little more, but this has got to be the best feeling pulse rifle I've used in a while, maybe ever, and I've played Destiny since 2014. It's that damn good. Now you can get the Augma to drop from any world loot pool, prime or umbral engrams, or even focus at the seasonal vendor in the helm. As for the extra stability with Perpetual Motion and Omalone Fluid Dynamics, I don't have any flinch resist numbers, but it seems to me through personal experience that I get flinched a little bit less at the top half of the mag, but take that at face value, the personal findings of a bored warlock. Now, I'm sure people are going to want to know if this is better than Peace of Mind, which is the other hot pulse rifle from last season, Season of the Risen. I have enough an opinion on this that I might make a separate video on it, but the short answer for me is in Trials and Comp, no. In Sixes, yes. I want to go more in-depth into this comparison, but the TLDR is sometimes. Let me know if that's something you guys want to see. There's a few clips in here where I know I outduel a number of meta options, including Peace of Mind, Adept Palindromes, Ace of Spades, and even competing against a pretty sweaty 6-stack on Anomaly. Bless my poor teammates who did not have much fun that game, but that's the way the news goes. So, what do you guys think? Have I sold you on Augma? Are you still unsure? Are you crying in outrage that they let literally any jamoke post to Twitter and YouTube? Let me know in the comments. Augma is such the complete package, it will do so much for you, PvE or PvP. Hey, now that we're into the video, I wanted to take a minute and say, hi internet, bite my shiny metal ass. Hi internet, I exist and I have opinions about a video game I really like. This is just something I'm doing for fun, and why not, right? But if people enjoy this kind of thing and get something out of it, then I could definitely see myself doing more of this video making thing in the future, so let me know, right? Get yourself an Augma PR6 today and try out Perpetual Motion in PvP. If you don't get Perpetual Motion to drop, chances are you got a good PvE roll, so just keep it anyways. Hope you enjoyed the first video I've made like this, so fingers crossed it's good. My name has been Thousand Demons, and thanks for watching whatever the hell this was. Sub for more bad jokes in Destiny 2. Yeet!